Hello guys, so one more issue I recognized. So real motors have intermittent connectivity, so that's where I would need to rebuild them. As of now, like after doing assembly disassembly couple times, I'm already can do it quick and I know what's and in what order to do. So as you may see, it's maybe much easier and quicker using proper tools. And now when I know how to install them, last time when I was installing, I didn't realize that the cuts on the shaft are just from two sides. And if shaft is not aligned with this latch, it's almost not possible to put it in. That's try and learn efforts. Hope my experience will help you and you would not hurt you as I did. So I have to remove these both motors to get to the real motors. So you see it's much easier now when I'm doing that. I believe it's fourth time maybe when I disassemble everything. Right now I'm happy how the capstan shafts work. Now I have to do real motors. I tested the voltage, so that's a reason why they don't run to the end. So let me see how to get there. Further. I see one screw here, two screws from this side. And I believe we need to remove this connection as well. To be able to remove all this part with motors. Okay. Let me find some tools. I have to temporarily put you on pause. I have to go to garage and get my small wrenches. See you soon. Okay guys, here I released the nut. It's not too much space. We'll see. I now unscrew this mechanism. Wow. One more on this side. Let me see. Okay, so mechanically nothing is easy with this deck. Many other decks are much more simple in this case. Okay, 3. Let it move, let it go. It won't. Then I'm afraid we're about to remove the front panel and see how we can get rid of motors. It's one. 2, 3, 3 screws. Holding the front panel. Voila. With all these wires zip tied around, it's just crazy. And now we have this part moving. So let me see. I will to remove it. Come on. It should not be so complicated. Guys, engineers. So this cannot be disassembled because this part, this extent, don't give enough room there. Have to assemble it again back, and we will try to remove motors in this position. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, let me see. Ooh. Next. Nice and sexy. I'm already have read about these mechanisms. And I don't impress it how they decided to do slipping on these reels. For example, in a Akai, they don't do any slipping at all, so they rely on the electronics to keep the tension, but they have brakes, at least. Oh, yeah. And here is this mechanism, like, which holds everything in place. So there is a spring inside, which holds the shaft tight, but believe me, they literally decided like to do it differently. Come on, now it will be another sexy job to get this screws back together. Really. I'm good with mechanical designs because my father taught me. He did lots of mechanical jobs. So probably I will show you how this spring look like, because I just seen this in the manual. Let me unscrew it fully. Okay. So that's how it looks like. You see, this middle is elevated, and when we tie it up, this metal part pushes the spring, and the spring will tie to the shaft, and it would not be like a hard connection. It still will have some resistance, but see, you may see yourself how it's done. not how say, not usual, and I would probably not approve this solution if I will be doing it myself. There are much more reliable solutions. I'm not sure why everybody thinks that these decks are superior. Yes, they maybe sound good, but mechanically they are a nightmare, really. There are much better decks. I haven't experienced so many issues with one deck. Even like a Kai 750, which has like all three direct drive connections. Not three, I believe, just reels connected directly. They just like tie it with one screw to the shaft. That's it. Okay, I would not tie them because we would need to release them later. So to put it on the shaft like that. You see now it goes free, but when we will tie the screws, it will sit on more sturdy. I hope you're still watching and still enjoying how crazy designs has been made in 1970s. Hi, another one. So they are very similar. Now I should be able to release the motors. One screw. Released. Okay. Green on the right, black on the left. Wow, you see how oxidized these things are? Really? Wow. This may be another root cause. So let me clean this up. Probably it will work better just after that. You see? These connectors. It just agrees or something like. And now I will use the oxidizer to make them clean. No, it's oxide. I cannot remove it, it's not grease. Okay, let's try. Oh, you don't see my hands, really? Do you? Sorry for that. Now you see. No, it doesn't help. I would need to use sandpaper. But the quality of this motor is something. Thick shaft. Really. Okay, now they look a little bit better. Still, I would deoxidize them again. Okay. It has some holes, but I don't clearly see if it's bearing for oiling or if it's for deoxidizing. Let's try to connect it to the power supply and see how it will behave with cleaned contacts. So I will use 0 for now, volts. Connecting plus here, minus here. Okay, 3 volts. They produce like 17 volts to rotate these motors on the deck. I measured myself. 6 volts. Oh, it works fine. It rotates in proper direction. And it gives like constant torque, you see? It doesn't stop or doesn't like do intermittent. So this motor is good. And let's do 9 volts. This one works well. I would not disassemble it. It doesn't stop. It performs fine. A little bit noisy, but I will just try to oil it from the top. What I need to do. Need to remove this earring. Like that. Now I have access to the shaft. Okay, now there is 2 more rings. Here, and we get access to our brass bearing. Now I can lubricate it. Like that. It runs free. There is no any issues. Okay, now we'll put the earring back and lock him in place. Okay, done. Back side. Shows like we can look from the top. So you see the sign. I bet so. There should be a back bearing. Oh, I cannot see anything inside. Interesting design. Okay, so far it works well. I will just put it back and let's check the other one. So left was purple, right was green. Okay. It should be sitting like that. Comparing to Japanese decks, everything here done is very thick shafts, everything very big, like oversized it, like definitely interesting experience for me. Okay, let me get the second motor out. Here we go. Yellow on the left, brown on the right, and the same, everything is oxidized. Okay. As you see in the head, this deck has a pretty low hours, so I hope it will perform really well. Okay, now let's try to run this motor from the power and see, because I have suspicion that something gets wrong with these motors. Okay, 3 volts. Rotates. Okay, 6 volts. I'm not sure I'm happy about this motor. It doesn't run smoothly. Okay, let's try 9 volts. Nine volts works better. Really. I'm not sure why they use it 17 volts. So for the playback mode, 9 volts is more than enough. 12. And 12 should be enough. For the fast forward. Okay. This one, I'm not sure why. What's going on, but let's try to lubricate this as well. These motors are fully identical. It has 2 spacers before brass bearing. Okay, good. Okay. To put the ring in, like there is couple equilibristic exercises, because this plastic rings tries to get into the position of this earring. Okay, got it. I'm not sure how to disassemble these motors. It also looks like it's been like plastic pins put into these holes. How they did it? I may just break it. Maybe it's glued in like whenever. Maybe just put in and then use it like hot needles. I'm not sure. I'm not ready to break it yet. So yellow external, brown internal. Let's put it back. I just wonder, like, how they designed it, how they did assemble it. It's so inconvenient. So everything just gets into pieces. Consider it other decks from different companies I've seen. This one is not easy to work on. Okay, let's see the holes. Okay. Now it holds well, really. So maybe just was poorly assembled. I already seen like so many screws not fully tight in this deck. Someone was here before me and was trying to fix it. No, this doesn't move. Okay, let's see. Front panel. These crazy wires goes around everything. Okay, come on. I'm afraid you may become boring, so I'm trying my best, but you may scroll this part. There's something prevents it to sit properly. Here, the wires, it goes around the reels, like really. It shouldn't be so bad. Ah, I see here. This case. So there is a latch. I remember it. It was not assembled properly before. Now it's in place. Now I may check if it's worked. I would give him a medal for most ridiculous design to this deck, probably. So many parts which are done like with pretty bad intent. Okay. Come on, where you are. really. It's just crazy design. Another design flaw. These large spacers, plastic one, they are not rolling free either. So they should not be touching the base. So you see, I'm just feeling like resistance as soon as they touch the base. So you've done. Wow, and flutter will be gone. Crazy. Wow. I didn't think about it yet. Why they did it so large? It's just like scrambling to rotate free. Crazy. This should not be so, really. This is another one designed for this deck. I'm so unhappy. I hope final results will deserve an award, maybe with a perfect sound from this deck. So far, I'm quite not happy. Mm. Another design, like all switches are, you see, connected, not with the screws. Come on. No holes to deoxidize, really. Maybe just right here. Okay, so this spacers is another part to watch. I will move them to the front for now. Okay, let's start assembling motors. There's a transistor I told you about before. They just sit right here on this board. Questionable design at least. Now, motor. Fixing it. Okay. Now I will be watching for the position. So there is cuts from each side. So currently it sits like that. So I'm aligning it. So we'll be watching these two holes here. Now I'm installing it, putting like that. This lens eats my space. Let me do here. Like that. And now I have to adjust it to get into the holes from the both sides. And that's it. Now let's see how it performs. A little bit too much. Let me add one more spacer. So that's how you may adjust tension. There we go. Okay, it's aligned. Okay. Good. Now the second. Okay. Now, starting the second capstan. Now I have to align it with the holes like that. This hole and this. Oh yeah, you see, now it was much easier than before. They spin well, but they cannot spin free because this spring always will be pushing and sitting it on the bearing. I'm not sure why they did it. I have not seen it in any other deck. So now when I did it, don't push this spacers hard. They just don't need to touch anything. That's it. Alright. Now we have reels which sits hard, so now they don't spin, because before they haven't been sleeping, and this may be another root cause of the wound flutter. I have to put everything back into the deck. Let me assemble and I will meet you there. See you, bye.